Hello everyone, welcome to Zoho Creator Learning Table Series. So this is me Preeti Venkatesh and I'm going to be the trainer of today's session. The Learning Table Series is a month-on-month session which is held at first Thursday of the month. In this series, we usually take an industry and we discuss about all the possible automations that can be provided to that industry on top of Zoho Creator platform. So in that flow, this month we are going to talk about Zoho Creator for agriculture. So before I start the session, let me give some housekeeping rules. So all the attendees in the session will be on mute, and please ask your questions in the question tab, which is available in the left top corner. A recording of the session will be sent to all the attendees, and please make sure you participate in the polls and the surveys that are going to be conducted. So now let's move on into the session. So this is going to be the agenda with which I will be driving you people throughout the session. First, we will be discussing about the introduction, and then for today's learning table series, I'm going to showcase you an use case based on the NGO's perspective of agricultural industry. So we will be discussing about NGO's impact on agriculture. So after that, I will discuss about the process flow that is involved in building this use case that we are going to discuss in the live demo. And then we will also be discussing about the features that are used in that particular use case. And we will see the live demonstration of that use case. And later we will discuss about the extended or other use cases that can be thought about in the agricultural industry. And at last, we will summarize the content that we saw throughout the session and we will wrap it up. So this is going to be the structure in which we will be driving you people throughout the session. Now let's move on into the session. So introduction. So as you all know, agriculture is the backbone of our society, right? Basically, agriculture is the process of cultivating crops, raising livestock, and also it involves the production of food that human consume and the fiber and raw material that industries process further to provide us with the proper goods. And later, it also involves the economic trade, that is import and export of goods that are being processed between countries. So these are the basic things that involves in the agricultural industry. So now, as I said before, we are going to see this agricultural industry in the NGO's perspective. So now let's discuss about NGO's impact on this agricultural industry. These are going to be the few impacts that that are given by the NGO based on top of this industry. The first thing is going to be training and education. So we have to provide the farmers with the proper modern technologies that can be used in the agricultural industry. So now we are discussing about the NGO's impact on the agricultural industry. The first is going to be training and education. So as an NGO person, I need to focus on providing the proper training, like usage of modern technologies, providing fertilizers and pesticides to the crops at the right time. So these things to be given to the farmers. So this is one thing that NGO focus on. And next thing is going to be the resource provision. As an NGO, I can purchase the products needed by the farmers from in the wholesale price, and I can provide it to the farmers within discounted amount or affordable amount the farmer can take care. So this is one thing that NGOs focus on. And next is going to be market linkages, that is helping the farmers to sell the products that they are cultivating directly from the farm to the consumers. The entire process can be helped by the NGO for the farmers to perform. And next is going to be advocacy. As an NGO, I need to collect all the needs and requirements of a particular farmer, analyze it, and according to his needs and requirements, we have to voice out and help the farmers to overcome that. That thing comes under this advocacy part. And next is going to be access to information, that is we can help the farmer by providing a digital application which helps the farmers to get the real-time weather forecasting details or real-time market price details, rules and regulations provided by the government. Everything can, on a single click, we can help the farmers to get it under this module. And next is going to be the final thing, financial support. that is helping the farmers to get their loan and repayment of the loan at the right time. So providing them with some financial support is one thing that NGOs can focus on. So after this, what are the automations that can help the NGOs to get benefit, like provide to the farmers? In this training and education module, one thing they can focus is on online learning platform, that is providing the farmer collecting the farmer informations and providing them with the online learning about the farming technologies, and analyzing the needs and requirements of the farmers and giving them the personalized learning can be done under this module. These automations are easily helps the NGOs to give a great impact on this industry. Next is going to be resource provision. As I said before, as an NGO, I can get the resource from at an wholesaler price, and I can supply it to the farmers at a discounted price. Here, the entire inventory management, supply chain management, everything can be managed under the single name resource provision. And next is going to be market linkages. We can help the farmers get the digitalized marketplaces where they can post the products and the consumers can directly get the products online. So this thing we can help the farmers to provide by providing an automation for that particular module. And next is going to be the advocacy. So we can collect and report the farmer needs and requirements in a separate database, and according to that we can help them by providing campaigns, giving them the voice outs. Everything can be done under this module. And next is going to be the access to information. We can provide digital application process where the farmers can get to see the details like weather forecast, current market price. Everything can be done in the single click. And when I talk about financial support, we can help them get the real-time alerts for the repayment of the loan, and we can help them support them by applying an online application for the loan. For these things comes under this financial support. So these are the places where automation plays a major role in this NGO's perspective of agricultural industry. So for today's session, what I did is I just took few of this automation and I just built those automations on top of Zoho Creator platform. So this is going to be the thing that we are going to discuss in the process flow involved in the application that I brought for today's session. So when I talk about process flow, I named this application as Zilker NGO, as Zilker Agricultural Management, and I divided this application in two modules. The first module is going to be training workshop. Here the training and education comes into action. In order to perform an effective training to the farmers, the first thing I need is I need to collect the region I need to partition the region where the majority of the farmers are high. And I have to group those regions under the name called as zones. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. I'll be partitioning the region as zone. After partitioning the region as zone, I'll be collecting the farmers list under that particular zone. If I say I'm collecting a zone named as zone 1, I'll be capturing all the farmer informations like the personal information, their farm information, their needs, requirements, what agricultural technology they use currently. So everything can be collected and stored in my database. And next is going to be plan the workshop. According to the information I have collected under the farmer list, I'm going to plan the workshop according to their requirements and needs. So after I plan the workshop, the major thing I need to do is I have to notify the farmers in that particular zone about the workshop that we are going to conduct. Right? So for this purpose, I'm using SMS notification, and I'm going to send the SMS notification about the training workshop, the date, location, everything in the farmer's native language. So after sending the notification, obviously the farmer will be attending the workshop, right? So I'll be collecting the attendees list in a separate form. So after collecting the attendees list, I am going to include them and give them a portal access of my application. Here, the main reason for providing the portal access is the farmer can get in touch with our NGO at any time they need it. Also, we can get in touch with the farmers in order to fulfill their needs and requirements. So under this training workshop, I'll be partitioning the region as group zones, and then I'll be collecting the farmers list. According to the requirements, I'll plan the workshop. I'll send the notification to the farmers about the workshop, and I'll collect the attendees list of the workshop, and I'll give the portal access. And next thing is going to be module 2. So after giving the portal access, how I'm going to engage my farmers. So here inside my portal access, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to manage an inventory where I'll get the products from my suppliers at an wholesale price, and I'll store it under my inventory, and I'll manage the inventory in a single application. So after managing my inventory, I'll display the products along with the discounts to the farmers in their portal. So from the portal, the farmers can add their products to the cart, and from the cart, they can place the order. We will receive the order in our application, and we can deliver the product to the farmer at the right time. So this is one thing of, known as product management, which I'm going to do and provide the access in the farmers portal. So after this, the next thing I'm going to do is access to information. Here I'm going to provide two types of information to the farmers. One is the real-time weather, where on click of a city or a country, the farmers can get to see the real weather forecast information in the single application. And next is crop prediction. I have used the AI prediction module to predict the particular crop that can be cultivated for a particular location and temperature. So it will be helpful for the farmer to know what type of crop can be cultivated at a particular season. So this is going to be the two modules that are involved in my application. So after this, let's discuss about what are the features I have used in this application to make it more feasible. The first feature I have used is the Twilio connection. Here, if you remember, after I plan the workshop, I am sending an SMS notification to the farmers, right? So here for sending an SMS notification, I'm integrating my Zoho Creator with Twilio account. So after integrating them, so I'm going to send the bulk SMS to all the farmers in a particular zone. That too, here I'm putting a checkpoint like I'm going to send the SMS in the farmer's native language. So for that particular purpose, I'm using something called as AI Deluge Translate. So here, whatever message I'm going to send via the bulk SMS, I'm going to translate it according to the farmer's native language, and I'll be sending it to the farmer's phone number. So these are the two features I have majorly used in this particular application. And next is obviously the portal. So after seeing the notification, the farmer will be attending the event, that is the workshop, and from that attendees list, I'll be giving the portal access to the farmer. So after giving the portal access, I'm going to display the product informations to the farmer. For that purpose, I'm going to use something called as snippets. Using the snippets, I have created a page where all the product information will be listed out. So from there, the farmers can add it to the cart, and from the cart, they can place the order to my application. And next is going to be embed. If you remember, I'm just providing the farmers with the real-time weather forecast information. So for that purpose, I'm embedding an external weather link into my application that gives the real-time weather information. And next feature I have used is the prediction, crop prediction. So here in this module, what I did is, so whenever the farmer enters their farm location, according to the farm location, I'm going to get the latitude, longitude, temperature of the particular region, and remaining things that are needed to train my AI prediction model. So after that, I'm going to provide it to the farmers. Here I've used the AI prediction model and custom connectors to get the temperature, wind speed, humidity of a particular location. So this is one feature I have majorly used in this particular use case. And at last, I have used the brand new feature, Canvas Layout Designer. So with which I have designed a detailed view of a farmer's report so that NGOs can see all the farmers' information on a single click. So these are the features that I have used in this application. So now let's move on into the live demo of the application, where we will discuss in detail about all the process which I have showcased you in the presentation. So this is the application I was talking about, Zilker Agricultural Management. So let me go back to the modules again, so it will be easy for us to keep in track about what we are trying to do. As the first thing, I'm going to partition the regions according to zones. So for that purpose, let me zoom in a bit. For that purpose, I have a report called as zones, and in each zone, I have a region connected to it. So if I try to add a zone, let me try to add a zone named as zone 6, and let me try to add a region to it. And after I click on the submit, this particular region comes under the zone named as zone 6. So you can add a group of zones under a group of regions under the same zone. So after I partition the zones, I'm going to collect the farmers list in this particular region or zone. So in order to collect the farmers list, I have a form. So in this form, I'm going to get the personal information to the farmer, contact information to the farmer, and the farm details, crop and the livestock that the farmers grow, the financial information, the educational level, and technology adoption, that is whether they are accessible to the internet or not, and their major challenges and needs of the farmer, their dependent information, the market access, and the other comments. So these are the details I'm collecting it in order to maintain a proper database of my farmer. Let's try to add a farmer to check it out. I'm adding the farmer named as Lash, and I'm giving his date of birth and his nationality, gender, a sample display picture. So after that, I'm adding the contact information, the farmer's address, the farmer's mobile number, farmer's email ID, and their farm details, that is the name of their farm, the size of their farm, the type of farming they perform, the location of the farm. Yeah. So if you notice it, I'm just calculating the latitude and longitude of this particular farm location. Here, what I'm trying to do is, this is an address field of Zoho Creator. In the address field, the latitude and longitude by default has been calculated at the backend. So I'm just fetching it separately and putting it in the separate fields, latitude in the separate field and longitude in a separate field. So after collecting the farm information, I'm trying to add the zone, that is under which zone this farmer falls. So I'm just adding the zone as 6, and what is the native language of this particular farmer. In order to perform the native language, let me show you. So I have a separate list of languages that my training workshop will be conducted on. Or what are the languages that I'm going to support? So from under this language, from this language I'm going to choose a language for this as a native language for this particular person. So let's say this particular farmer can falls under the speaks the native language German. So this why I'm capturing the native language in distance. If you remember, I'm going to send the SMS notification to the farmers with this native language only. So after capturing those things, I'm just capturing the crops and the livestock that the farmers have, their financial information, the source of income for the farmers, and what type of expenses they spend their income on, and what is their educational level, and what type of farming they perform, the pesticides and disease management, what type of irrigation method they use, and whether they are accessible to the internet or not. Those information also I'm just getting it out. And their major challenge, let's say like this farmer needs to learn more about modern technology of farming, and their needs, let's say he doesn't have any needs, or let's say he needs the financial support, and I'm just adding his dependent details. the market access, what type of market they are accessible to, and what type of transportation facility they have, and if there are any comments we can give the comments. So these are the basic information I'm collecting and storing it under this form. So now if you see it, I have many zones. Each for each and every zone, there will be n number of farmers that are grouped and stored under the particular zone. For sample, I have added one farmer for each and every zone. So this is the latest zone we have added, zone 6, and the farmer with this name, his email address, his phone number, and the native language he speak. So now we have collected the farmer's information according to our flow. After collecting the farmers' needs and needs and challenges, I'm going to plan the workshop according to its needs. So next step is that I'll be planning my workshop. So now let us try to create a workshop. Let's say like this farmer is in need of modern farming technology, right? So I'm just going to conduct a workshop on that, modern technology on farming. The date of the workshop is going to be 20th of this month, and let's say I'm just adding a random address for that particular training workshop where it is going to be conducted, and for which zone we are conducting this workshop. Let's try to add the zone as zone 6. For the zone 6, I'm going to conduct this particular workshop, and number of attendees count is going to be 50, and let's say I'm going to be the trainer of that particular workshop. And the workshop type, obviously we are going to talk about farming, comes under agriculture, and minimum duration is about 60 minutes, that is 1 hour workshop. And topic I'm going to cover is about modern farming, and if you have any comments you can give. So now we have added a training workshop. So according to the need of the farmer, I have created a training workshop which is going to be conducted at zone 6. So if you see, the training workshop is also separated as zones, categorized as zones. So for each and every zone I have a training workshop. These two workshops has been already over. These are going to be the upcoming workshops that are going to be conducted. So now let's see the next module. So after I planned the workshop, the next thing is going to be, I'm going to send the notification to the farmers about the workshop that I'm going to conduct. So next step is going to be sending the SMS notification. So if I click on the zone, I can select all the farmers under this particular zone. Let me zoom in a bit and show you. So if I select a zone, all the farmers information on that particular zone will get selected. If I select zone 4, all the farmer information will get selected. Zone 6, all the farmer information will get selected. So after I select the zone number, on the top you can get to see a button named as send SMS. When I click on this button, according to the farmer's native language, the SMS notification will be sent to the farmer's mobile number. So let's see what is behind this send SMS notification button. So for that, I'm going to the edit mode of my application. This is my live mode. When I click on this edit this application, I can get to see the edit mode of the application. And these are the modules I have in my particular application. Now I'm talking about the farmers module. So in the farmers module, on the right side, I can get to see quick view and detail view. Under quick view, I have something called as actions. In the action, I can perform different action like on click of a record, or on a single record, or for on a click on right click of a record. I can perform these many actions. Now I'm going to talk about for multiple records. That is, if you remember, if I choose a category named a zone, all the farmers falling under the zone will get selected. So this is going to be selecting a multiple record. So when I select this multiple record, I've created a workflow named as send SMS. Let's see what is behind the send SMS quickly. Yeah. So this is a very simple code which is written behind the send SMS notification. So here, this is the message I'm going to send to the farmers. That is, kindly join the workshop name, training date, and the training location. So after I add the message, I'm going to check whether the farmer's native language is English or not. if he's speaking different language other than English, I'm going to translate the particular language according to his native language, and after translating it, I'm going to send the SMS notification to the farmers using Twilio. So in order to perform this translation, I have a documentation, deluge documentation, which says how to perform this AI translation. This documentation will also be shared in the chat with by my co-trainers. You can refer this. And these are the languages this translator supports. So using that, I'm just translating my particular English message into the farmer's native language. So after translating them, I'm going to send an SMS with the help of this Twilio. So before I talk about this line of coding, let's say how I created the connection between my Zoho Creator and the Twilio account. So if you see, this is going to be the Zoho Creator's main dashboard. In the left corner, I can get to see something called as microservices. Under microservices, I can create an AI model, AR model, connection, and data sources. Under connection, I have created a connection between my Zoho Creator and Twilio. There is a documentation as well on how to perform the connection between the Zoho Creator and the Twilio account. This documentation also will be shared by my co-trainers. You can refer this document in order to build this particular connection. So after building this particular connection, I have to enable for which are the applications I'm going to make use of this connection for. I'm going to make use of this connection for this particular application, Zilker Agricultural Management. So after enabling the connection, I have just written a single line of code, twilio.sms.send, the connection name, phone number, the message to be sent in that. So this is the deluge task that I've used to build the connection as well. The sample example as well given in this document. You can refer this document to write this particular line of code. So after writing these many things, so this button has been created. So now if I just click on this send SMS, a notification will be triggered to this, will be sent to this particular phone number in German language. Let me show you a sample message as well. So this is going to be the workshop message. Since I'm using a Twilio trial account, this message is popping up. This is going to be the particular training workshop message in English, and this is a message in French. So this is how the SMS will be seen a farmer's phone. So after sending the SMS notification, the farmer will be attending our workshop, right? So the next step is I'm going to collect the attendee list of the particular farmer who are going to attend my workshop. For that, I have a form named as training workshop attendees. So in this form, I'm just capturing the basic information, that is the zone 1, zone 2, what type of zone for which zone I'm conducting the workshop. And here I have all my training workshop names, the date of the training workshop, and all my farmer information and the attendance. So just notice something. If I just click on zone 6, I can get to see only the upcoming events for the particular zone. If I click on zone 5, I can get to see the training workshops that are going to be conducted for zone 5. So here I'm using a concept called as dynamic pick list to filter the zones and the training workshop conducted on that particular zone. So now let's say I'm selecting zone 6, the training workshop name, the date of the training workshop, and if you notice something, the farmer name under the zone also get filtered out. So after I enter the farmer's name, his email address will get popped up, and then I'll say whether he has attended the workshop or not. So these are the details I'm going to collect when the farmer is going to attend the particular workshop. So after I click on the submit button, the particular record will be getting added into my report. So for the zone 6, the farmer named as Abhilash has been attended the workshop. So now at the end, you can get to see a button called as portal. Obviously, after I collect the workshop attendee list, I have to give the portal access for this particular farmer. So in order to provide the portal access, let's see what is behind this portal. I'm just going back again to the edit mode of my application. So in the edit mode, now I'm talking about the training workshop attendees list under the layout, I have a button called as portal. On click of this button, let's see what is a simple code behind this particular button. So here I have written a very simple line of code. This app dot portal dot assign user in profile for this particular email address with a particular permission set. This is a permission set named as farmers, where the farmers can get to see the product information, weather forecast, and other details behind this. So before I write a line of this coding, I have to set the portal to it. So now again I'm going back to the microservices, main dashboard of my Zoho Creator. Here I have something called as portal. So before I use this function, I have to create a portal for this particular application. So after I create the portal for this particular application, I have to write this code. So after I write this code, I'll be clicking on done and updating it. So now if I go here and click on this portal button, a portal invitation will be sent to this particular email address. Now let's refresh this page and see whether the portal invitation has been added. Yeah. So for this particular person, a portal as message has been sent to this particular email address. So from their email address, the farmer can access the portal. Clear documentation on how to give this portal access will be shared by my co-trainer in the chat. You can refer to that and create the portal. So after I create the portal, now I brought all the farmers for in under a particular region into my application by giving a portal access to him. So after giving the portal access, let's see what I'm trying to do. So after giving the portal access, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to manage an inventory, display the products, and the farmers can perform the necessary action with that particular product. So for that purpose, the first thing is I'm going to manage something called as products inventory report, where I have all the product details that I purchased from my suppliers. So not only the product details, also I'm capturing the product suppliers information, what are the category of products that I'm going to sell to the farmers, and what are the subcategories that are falling under the particular category of products. After capturing everything, I'm getting the product image, product name, category, subcategory, supplier information, price of this particular product, unit of measurement, stock, and availability. So with this single module, I'm managing my complete product inventory. So after I manage my product inventory, the next step is I have to display this product information to my farmers portal. So this is going to be the page that will be appearing in my farmers portal, where the farmers can get to see all the product informations that I have in my inventory. So here behind this particular page, I have written something called as ZML snippet. So this is a basic ZML snippet which I have used to create the products as a rows and columns. So here we have something called as cart button, right? On click of the cart button, the farmer can place the order for this particular product named as oats, and he can just simply give the quantity he needs. He needs 2 kg of oats, and if I click on the submit button, the particular product will get added into my cart. So for example, let's say like the farmer needs this grain as well, so he can add the quantity of grain he need, and if he click on the submit button, this particular product also will get added to the farmer's cart. So simply after adding all the products he need, I can click on the cart information. The cart details will get displayed: the name of the product, the quantity he requested for, and the unit price, and the total price he has to pay, and the total amount he has to pay to the pay will be populated over here. You can either edit the information or you can delete the information using these two buttons. So now after the farmer added it to the cart, you can simply click on the checkout button. Order will get placed, and we will get notified about the order that a particular farmer has been placed. That is the farmer's login ID, the date order number, which is auto generated, and the total amount the farmer has to pay, and the status of the order, and the products that the farmer has placed. So now the order has been placed, and at the back end we can process the order and we can deliver it to the particular farmer at the right time. So this is one thing that I'm going to showcase in the farmers portal. So the next thing is going to be weather forecast, that is the real time weather information. So if a farmer clicks on the particular city, the weather information of that particular city will pop up. So according to this, he can plan what type of crop can be cultivated in that particular region. So behind this weather, I have a weather link. This is just an external source with this link. So I have just embedded this URL into my Zoho Creator application. So now let's quickly see what is behind this. I'm just going back to the edit mode of my application. When I go under the pages, I have a page called as weather. So when I click on the weather, I can get to see something called as embed. So when I configure it, I can get to see the link, that is the URL which I showcased you in my other window. So I've just copy pasted the URL over here and gave the width and the height of this particular URL. Clicking on done, I've embedded the external URL into my application. So this gives the real-time information of the weather for a particular region. So this is the embed option which I have used in the application. And next is going to be the very important module, prediction. So as a farmer, when the farmer tries to give his farm location along with this pin code, when I click on the submit button, the latitude and longitude of this particular location will get captured. And according to the latitude and longitude, I'm capturing the temperature, humidity, and the wind speed. So now let me try to click on the submit button and show you. You can get to see the latitude, longitude, temperature of this particular place along with the humidity. Also, according to these data, we have predicted what type of crop can be cultivated under this particular condition. So for this purpose, I have used something called as prediction module. Now let's quickly see what is behind this particular page. So now I'm going to the edit mode of my application again. I have something called as crop prediction. This is the page which we were discussing now. This is a form named as crop prediction which I have in my application. The crop prediction detail catches the farm location. According to this, I'm just going to use the Open Weather API and get the humidity, wind speed, latitude, longitude, and temperature for that particular region. So now let's go back to the crop prediction page. Here I have just embedded the, sorry about it. Yeah. So here I have embedded the form that I showcased you, and this is a simple panel where I'm adding the latitude information, longitude information along with the page variable, that is the parameter, the temperature and the humidity. Also, if you want to add the wind speed, you can add it out. Like just go here and add a normal text, and we can add the wind speed as well over here. So this is how I have added the particular page. So now let's see what is behind this crop prediction. In order to perform the crop prediction, again I'm going to the live dashboard of my application. So here under microservices, I can get to create an AI model. I can get to create an prediction model, OCR model, and the object detection. So here I have used the prediction model. Clear documentation on how to create this prediction model will be shared in the chat. You can refer to that. So now let's see how I created it. I'm just clicking on the crop harvest. This is the prediction model which has been used behind this particular action. So now in this model, my base field, that is my output field, is going to be crop type, that is what type of crop can be cultivated, and depending upon the humidity, latitude, longitude, temperature, and the wind speed, the crop type will be calculated. Here I've trained only 250 data. The more data you train, the more accurate output you get. So I've just trained the model for providing me with the crop information. Now, if I click on the use model, I can get to use this particular model in my application. Now let's quickly test the model before we see how to use it. So now I'm just adding the same latitude and longitude which we got in this particular for this particular farm location which we had it. And then let's see, like I'm just getting the temperature, humidity. Here I'm not showcasing the wind speed. Let me show you where to see the wind speed. So if you remember, I have a form named as crop prediction, right? For that particular crop prediction, I have a report as well. So in this report, I can get to see all the prediction model a particular farmer is taking performing. So this is the latest location which I have added in that particular page. The humidity, wind speed, everything has been given over here. Now let's say the wind speed is going to be 2. If I click on the predict the outcome, I can get to see the crop type that I can cultivate, and the confidence score is 100. So this is the model which has been working behind this particular page. So you can get to know that using the address field, I'm getting the latitude and longitude. So how I'm getting the temperature and humidity? For this purpose, what I'm trying to do is, again, I'm going to the microservices. Under connection, I have established a connection between my open weather API. It's an external application. From that website, I'm just getting the temperature, humidity, and wind speed for a particular latitude and longitude. A detailed explanation on this has been taken in a session. That link will be shared by my co-trainer in the chat. You can refer to that. So I'm using the custom connectors to perform the connection between the open weather API and the my Zoho Creator application, and enabling it for the Silker application. Using this external application, I am just getting the temperature, humidity, and wind speed for this particular latitude and longitude, and I'm passing these data to predict my crop. So this is the very simple thing that is done behind this particular prediction model. And also, if you remember, I said that I have also used the brand new feature Canvas Layout Designer to perform a beautiful detailed view of my report. So if I click on this, you can get to see the Canvas Layout Designer which has been built. So here the NGOs can easily see the farmers' information on a single click. Their personal information, the training zone they fall under, farm information, other details, the dependent information on a single page, they can get to see all the related information of this particular farmer in this detailed view. A documentation on how to perform build this Canvas layout designer also will be shared. So this is the application that I wanted to showcase you people. Also, I have something called as admin dashboard, where as an NGO I can manage all the stats of my work. Like I can get to see all the total farmer information, zones I have, credit notes, the products I have in my inventory. Even I can see the reorder level in this particular place, and the zones, and what are the number of workshops that I've conducted in each zone, the attendees list. So all the actions that I perform in this application can be visualized in this single dashboard. So this is the application Zilker agricultural management on NGO's perspective has been covered. So if you have any doubts about regarding this application that we saw, you can just post it in the chat. My co-trainers will be answering it now. So now let's quickly discuss about other use cases that you can think this agricultural industry for. So first and foremost, let's discuss about inventory management and supply chain management. So in my application that we saw today, I had a proper inventory management managed at the backend, right? From inventory tracking to reorder level, maintaining the supplier, performing the tracking has been done in a single way. So this inventory and supply chain can be done in both the way. Like you can supply the products from suppliers to the farmers, or from the farmers to the end consumers. The entire supply chain management can be done on a single click. And next use case you can think about is marketplace for products. That is, the farmers can directly sell the products to the consumers. So the farmers get themselves enrolled into the application. They list the products they have in the farm, and we manage their order, payment, and inventory management, and we deliver it to the customer using order tracking, shipping, and delivery. So here the payment integration also can be done both the side with the help of payment workflow which is available here. So this is one use case that you can think about for providing automation on this agricultural industry. And next is going to be labor management and scheduling. Labor management and scheduling is nothing but, let's imagine that I'm an industrial person. So I'm just processing the raw materials given by the farmers into a usable goods, and I'm going to sell it to the consumers. So here I have to manage the employee database, tasks that they are performing, the shift and scheduling database, and then the notifications, payment, payroll, everything has been managed on a single click. Here I can also integrate my Zoho Creator with the Zoho Payroll to perform this payroll actions as well over here. So these are the some of the other use cases that can be that can be used to automate this agricultural industry. So I hope by this we came to the end of the session. Let's quickly summarize what are the things we saw in this particular session before we move on. So first thing, we discussed about the Twilio SMS management, how I'm sending the bulk SMS by connecting the Twilio. And next is I've translated the SMS into the farmer's native language, and I've just forwarded it to the farmers. And next we discussed about how I gave the portal access to the farmers. And then we discussed about the products that I displayed using the snippets in the farmers portal. And from there, the farmer can add it to the cart and place an order. So this is a very simple thing that is done with the help of the snippet concept. And then we have embedded an external weather forecasting link into the application that provides the real-time weather information. And also we discussed about how I integrated my Zoho Creator with custom with the Open API, and how I used the Open API, the Open Weather API, to get the temperature, humidity, and wind speed for a particular location. Also, we saw the AI prediction model and also the Canvas layout designer. So I hope I have set a clear example about the use case that I have brought today for today's learning table series. And also we have some upcoming sessions which is going to be held in the following month. So we have a session called as Create a Tech Connect series, which is a completely a technical session. You can get to know all the technical concepts which I showed in this today's learning table series in this particular session. So this is a session which is held at every second Thursday of the month. This month we are going to talk about deluge and cloud functions in Zoho Creator on 14th of September. The registration link will is there in the QR code. Also, my co-trainer will be sharing it in the chat. You can make use of that to join. Also, following that, we have another session, another Tech Connect series on 21st of September, where we discuss about page variables and page scripts. That is nothing but in the application, in the prediction model, whenever the farmer tries to give the location of this particular farm, I'm just populating the latitude, longitude, and temperature over here. So for this, I'm performing something using a concept called as page variable and page script. So that concept will be covered in the 21st of September. You can register it. And also for the next month learning table series, we are going to talk about Zoho Creator for insurance, which is going to be held on 4th of October. So you can please do register for these sessions and make use of the sessions. So these are going to be recurring sessions. So once you register for the Tech Connect series or LTS learning table series, you will get notifications on every month. Also, we have stage one business user and developers training sessions. Since September is the developers month, we offer free training on both the courses, business user and developers, which is held on the respective dates, September 19 to 21st for business users and September 25th to 27th for the developers. Please do register and make use of this complete learning process, where you can get to know all the concepts involved in this Zoho Creator platform. The registration link for the same also will be shared in the chat. Please make use of that and do reserve your seat. So if you have any questions, please post it in the question tab. My co-trainers will be answering the question. So if you have any questions post the session, please feel free to write to training@zohocreator.com. Thank you everyone for attending the session. So we will be meeting again in the next month learning table series with the next new industry.